Half is where Baba enjoins and half is also enjoins, says that you got to obey the king, never mind whatever the orders be. You do not know because you are enveloped in ignorance. You don't know what he is saying, why he wants it. So the best thing for the slave, he says, become a slave of the master. Then only you will be able to obey him. And then ultimately, in the end, he says, why do you have to do that? Because he says, my dear, you do not know what he is saying that for. And that's what Baba enjoined. You just keep quiet. You see that picture with his finger on the nose? Shut up. Just listen to what I say. You forget what I am telling you. You just obey. That's all. Well, that takes me back to 1923 to Happy Valley, where most of us got these nicknames, myself Padri and Pendu and Bua Sahib and whatnot. Then that was in 1923 where I got the name in Happy Valley. Pendu also got the same name, and there might be a few others who got the name there too. But I think they are conked out now. None of them is here now, excepting Pendu and Padri. Well, we had been to Happy Valley. We had free time on our hands, and Happy Valley bungalow, that bungalow is as big as Meherabad bungalow, almost as long, and its boundary wall is just about 20 feet away from the veranda, and beyond that is a Shiva temple. Then we had Gustaji's brother, who was nicknamed Slamson. That chap, he was a mischievous sort of a man. He would like to tease others, and he'd get into an argument, but his mentality was to tease. I was just walking down the veranda, and I look over the wall and I see about a couple of them sitting with the worshipper, the keeper of the temple, the Shiva temple. And because I had time, I just also thought of going there, and I went there to the temple and sat down there. And Gustaji's brother Slamson was having an argument. It was a healthy argument, teasing sort of way. He was cross-questioning him about spirituality and whatnot and religion. And it was hardly 5 minutes that I went in there, and Baba came on the veranda, looked over the wall, and told somebody that call those chappies there who have gone and are talking to that worshipper in that temple. Well, a shout went, and he said, Baba wants you. Come on, Baba was talking then, you should know. 1923. Well, we come back. Baba just asked, what were you chappies doing there? Just talking. Talking about what? Well, we let Slamson do the talking. 3 or 4 probably. I know I was included. I can assure you 3 people, all right? And then Baba asks, what were you talking about? Oh, we were talking about spiritual things. Oh, yeah, very good, yes. What else? Oh, no, nothing at all. Nothing at all. Very good. All right. Pick up your bag and baggage and just walk out. From today onwards, from this second onwards, make that man your guru. I am not your guru anymore. That was straight. Well, Baba was, what you say, sort of Jalali then, and it was our training period. We were all novices, and we didn't utter a word. All of us stood shaking in our boots. Now what to say? We said that, Baba, that was a mistake on our part. Please forgive us. Baba said, go on. Don't stand there. Get out. Get out. From today onwards, I am not your guru. Make that chappie your guru. Go on. Get out. Not a word from any of us. He again shouted loud, why are you standing there? Didn't you hear me? Aren't you going to obey me? Get out! Out you go, all of you. Take your bag and baggage. Get out! Well, we said again, Baba, please forgive us. We won't go. He says, look, you fools. If you make a guru, make it only one. Make that only one. You follow only one guru, not more than one gurus. That can lead you astray. And since you have made me your guru, you should not go to anybody. He may be a perfect man or not, it's quite a different thing, but you should not leave me. I am forgiving you. Never, never go to anybody. And by heavens, Jim, I tell you, as far as I am concerned, these words are so deeply impressed in my brains that even if I saw a perfect master on the road or a mast or anybody, I would never, never go to him. I would never go to him. I would just pass the road, just walk away with due respect. But I would never go in his vicinity. But when I went to Pune many times, and before departing for Pune, I would ask Baba, Baba, may I go to Babajan? He would say, of course. Of course, do go to Babajan. He wouldn't say no about Babajan or Upasni. But since I was going to Pune, he allowed me to go to Babajan. I did go to Babajan. She was on my way to my place. And before departing for Bombay again, I would just take a darshan and go back to Bombay. All right. You all might be knowing that Baba had strictly enjoined us and warned us a number of times over that be careful about snakes. If a snake bites you, I will not be able to help you. I'll help you out of any calamity under the sun. Mind you, I'm warning you again. I'm giving you a fair warning. Be careful about snakes. Take care. But if some snake bites you, I will not be able to help you. I'm not going to tell you why, but I will not help you at all. So, whenever you go out into the night, have a lantern with you and a stick in your hand. If you come across a snake, kill it if you can, but see that you avoid it. These instructions were given to us a number of times. Now I'm reverting to the night of the 9th of July 1925, the last day he talked. At about 8 o'clock in the evening, before retiring, he used to retire into the hut, that small one-room cottage near where the pilgrims now stay, which is called the Jhopdi. Jhopdi means the hut. That building was built under Baba's own supervision. In 1923, he got it built himself. Of course, the masons and carpenters were hired, but he supervised the whole job. So he used to retire in the night in that Jhopdi with just a watch outside, just anybody, according to the duty given by Baba. It might be just anybody, just you or I or anybody, makes no difference. But during that time, that man, that watchman, whoever that be, used to sleep. Later on, the night watch always used to be wide awake. All right. So Baba goes to his Jhopdi in his room, and Pendu's father, Masaji, was the night watchman there. Well, before he departed, he said that from tomorrow onwards I am not going to talk. From tomorrow I'll be silent. I have given you duties, do your duties. And again he enjoined about the snake. I am warning you about the snake. Always go out with a lantern in your hand. I will not be able to help you. He again enjoins it. And he just wishes goodbye and everybody, all right, off to bed. But keep on, although I may not be talking, all the jobs will be done, and you keep to your jobs. We had a school then, school, dispensary and everything. All right, Baba goes to his room, that is Jhopdi, the hut, and everybody just starts talking amongst ourselves. Well, Baba said that he is going to be silent. What could it be? What could it not be? Just sort of all sorts of ideas. And everybody preparing to go to bed. Now, the room we lived in was just a tin shed with bamboo matting all around. That was our abode. We would unroll our bedrolls in the night, sleep on it, roll it again, and keep it against the wall during the day. And it would be a big hall, meeting hall, dining hall, and everything. And Baba also would come and sit down there. So, everybody started unfurling his bedroll and preparing to go for bed. I took up a lantern and went into the fields for my final necessities, and I must have gone about 10 steps, and right across my path I saw something shining white. I immediately recognized that it must be a snake. I stopped dead in my tracks. I shouted, "Samp!" Samp means a snake. I just halted to see where the snake went. I called out, "Bring in sticks." The Mandali just collected their sticks. We each had a stick, collected it. It was really a snake. Well, everybody just went for it, and it was killed. That created a hubbub, sort of, and Baba heard it. He had already retired into his hut. So he comes back. Hey, what was the row about? "Baba, we killed a snake." "Who saw it?" I said. "Well, I saw it." "Well, remember my words? I told you to be careful about snakes. Be careful. It was a good thing you saw it and killed it. Be careful, I'm warning you again. Don't go out without a lantern in the darkness." "All right, now I'm going back. I will come out silent tomorrow." Well, that was the last time we heard about it, heard his words. And verily he came out silent the next day, the 10th of July, 1925. But we were all expecting that he might break his silence in a year or two. Well, everybody is welcome to his ideas. Well, you can have your idea, I can have mine. We thought it might be 1 year or 2 years or something, but no, sir. He was a silent master. And in the Hindu mythology is written that one of the avatars, one of the Kalanki avatars as we call them, one of the, Kalanki, how should I explain? I don't know how to explain Kalanki avatars. The form, it's a form of an avatar, or I don't know how to say it. He will be a silent master. So, that's him. All right, I'll give you the story of a leper who came and joined us as a very healthy man. He was indeed a wrestler. In 1922 in Manzil-e-Meem, and who ultimately died here in Meherabad, a leper. On both the occasions of the story, I was there when Baba mentioned these facts, so I can give you the first-hand information. Of course, there were others too, but I don't know who they were. I can vouch for myself. In Manzil-e-Meem, we had about 30 to 40 people. We were given our respective jobs and were not allowed to go anywhere once we entered the compound of the bungalow. The strict orders were, go to your job straight, come back home straight. Not to go anywhere at all. So we used to catch the train or tram and back to the bungalow. No arguments. I used to go out in the morning. I, myself, Sarosh, Slamson, others who were going to the jobs, we used to go out in the morning, leave in the morning. Our lunch used to come at sight, and we used to return by about 6 o'clock in the evening, and we used to have some games. So, might be a Sunday, I was not on my job, and Baba was just taking cognizance of the facts, and I was with him. Adi's brother Rustam was with him, and the man in the story is of a washerman. We had a barber, we had a washerman to attend to our needs since we were not allowed to go out of the bungalow. Now, Baba once said that before we got this washerman, he said that we must have a washerman to wash the clothes of the mandali because they have got no time. They are all the while with me, or they are going on their jobs. I don't want the clothes sent out of the house. I would like a man on the premises. So Rustam suggested, yes, Baba, I got a man, very good man in Ahmednagar. Can I call him? Baba said, yes. If he is a willing worker, if he would come here, we would pay him. He came, and that man was given the job of washing the clothes. He used to wash and iron and do everything. That chap, his name was Kashinath. he used to do the job very nicely. And as I said, I was free on that day. That means I had not gone to the job. I was roaming around with Baba. And he just walked into the garage where this washerman used to have his workshop. He used to wash his clothes and iron the things. I remember very well, Rustam was with us. I don't know any other entity then. Baba starts talking with Kashinath, the washerman. Talks to Rustam. I was just a spectator. I had nothing to do with it, but I was just as a spectator. Baba talks to him, tells him, Kashinath, listen, you stick to your job. Do the job I have given you, and you'll never repent. And just something here and there, and all of a sudden Baba asks him a question. Not a question, Baba warns him, gives him a good warning. He says, look, do my job. Do this job here I have given you, and keep off from women, or you will get leprosy. Are you fond of women? Are you debaucherous? Well, that man shrunk. He was a guilty man. Indeed, he was debaucherous. Sort of groaning, half avoiding. Just did as I am doing now, you see. And Baba said, look, I am warning you, keep off from debauchery, or else you will get leprosy. Yes, Baba, I'll obey your orders. Baba said again, he pointed out, you will get leprosy. Manzil-e-Meem was broken up. We came to Meherabad. We moved around places. And when Manzil-e-Meem was broken up, that washerman goes back to Nagar. We lose trace of him. Years later, in Meherabad, that man turns up all of a sudden, afflicted with leprosy. The primary symptoms of leprosy is body swollen, his fingers swollen and everything. When he comes up, I wasn't there, but, well, naturally a leper is an outcast of society. So, he comes back again for succor to Baba. Baba, being the compassionate one, he says, all right, you live here, but no job now, being a leper. He was just put in some room here, a room, isolated room. He lived there. His food was supplied from the common kitchen of the mandali. His tea and everything was looked after. After some months of his stay here, again, I was with Baba and this leper comes. Baba was giving audience. Baba used to give audience in this cabin, and Baba was in the cabin just behind the bungalow where there are 4 emblems of the religion. This cabin was built in 1937, so it's sometime after 37. This story has got connection, sometime after 1937. Some of the mandali were there, and luckily, as in the first case in 1922, I again was with Baba when this incident took place of this washerman. Washerman stood at a respectable distance, joined hands, bowed down to Baba. Luckily, I was again the second time when this thing happened. In the first instance, when Baba warned this washerman, keep off from women or else you will get leprosy. Now he had leprosy. He showed all the symptoms of leprosy. And here in Meherabad, after having lived a number of days, he is in agony. He comes and stands before Baba at a respectable distance, joins his hands, and with tears in his eyes he says, Baba, Baba, please relieve me. I am on fire, my whole body is just burning, I am on fire, please relieve me. Baba says nothing, not much. Baba was silent then. He says, we translate for Baba, and I don't know who was the orderly then who translated it for Baba. He says, Baba points out to his forehead and he says that you are very, very lucky indeed that your samskars are being burnt. That washerman again entreats, Baba, I am on fire, please save me, please release me out of this agony. Baba says, you are very, very lucky. Your samskars are just burning up. Never mind, go. He goes away. Ultimately, he dies here as a leper. Now the point is, if I told this story to any outsider, he is liable to think, in the first instance, that because he disobeyed the master's order in 1922, the master cursed him and gave him leprosy. That was the first warning, remember. Baba had said, keep off from debauchery or you will get leprosy. To all appearance, it seems he did not obey Baba's word, so he gets leprosy. Even then, Baba keeps him here and ultimately he dies. But the point is, how would you translate this man's existence? Baba's order in the first place, this man's having leprosy in the second place? Would you take it as a curse? No, sir. Definitely no, sir. A perfect master never curses anybody. Were he to curse, he is not perfect. Only half-baked yogis or people in the path or just intellectual beings, they shout out curses of no value at all. A perfect man would never curse. Then what was it? Baba's word said, keep off from debauchery or you will get leprosy. Yes, Baba forewarned him. You obey this order of mine and your samskars of leprosy will be eliminated. He did not. He gathered vicious samskars in debauchery. Plus, he suffered what was he to suffer in this birth. And that's leprosy, that is that burning pain, the agony, that living hell. But at the same time, you can see how merciful a perfect master is. He gave him succor. He took him under the fold, and till the last breath, he kept him under the fold. That's why he said, you are very lucky. Your samskars are being cut, your samskars are being burnt up. That is it. People would translate it the other way. No, sir. That's not a fact. That's never a fact. A perfect man, a must. A God-man, a man-God will never curse because he sees himself in just everybody. He is a perfect man. Even a must will never do that. It's only a forewarning. Remember, it's only a forewarning. And if you obey that, You stall what is to come to you in a bad way. That's all. You help yourself. He has given you a fair warning. Remember, if you fail, you suffer. So don't take it as a curse at all. A perfect master never curses. He always blesses. He always blesses. He will never curse. Were he to curse, he would never be a perfect man. How could you call him a perfect man? How could that man be perfect if he curses? If he sees God in everything, he is saturated in God. He is all-knowing. He could never curse. Never. But people with half-baked knowledge would translate that he was cursed. No, sir. He was not cursed. He was forewarned to abstain from a certain act which would have helped his passage to suffering an easy one. And if he just observes that, his suffering is lessened a great deal, which that man, which that particular soul wouldn't know. There are many such instances in the Hindu mythology that such and such a yogi or such and such a saint cursed. No, sir, it's not a curse, it's a forewarning. Just a forewarning to do a certain thing. If you don't do it, you suffer for it. That's all. A perfect man never curses. There have been instances in Baba's life when men have tried to put him to test. Well, Baba was no fool. Baba was a perfect one. He would just live like a normal human being. You just welcome it. All right, you just talk to them in a normal way. He used to talk with us in a normal way, with everybody in the normal way. He would ask questions. He would answer questions. So one day in 1925 or 26, before Baba stopped writing, he wrote for about a year, I think. Well, you ask me, why don't you give us the correct date? Well, I lost trace of it, I'm so sorry. But in the beginning of his silence, he used to write. And there were 3 slates ready for him with slate pens. And one day, a yogi comes with a view to testing Baba, because people had come to know about Meher Baba. We didn't know that this is a yogi. Later on we come to know about him. And before anybody could approach Baba, one of the Mandali was given the duty. What did he want? Whom did he want to see? So this chap, he said that he wanted to see Baba. He had come from such a long distance and just wanted to see Baba. Baba was given the news that a certain man has come. Baba said, all right, let him come. He just joins hands in supplication. He comes with all due respect indeed. But he comes to test Baba. Remember that. But with due respect. Remember, that's a code of conduct in India. People respect these masters. So, since Baba was writing then, he sat down near Baba, and since Baba was writing then, he just he stretched his hand for a slate. Baba told the orderly, give him a slate and a pen. He started writing down. Concurrently, Baba also took another slate and started writing down. So what do we see? We see Baba writing on the slate, and this man, this yogi, also writing on the slate. Well, both have finished writing, and the exchange of slate takes place. Baba reads the yogi's slate, and the yogi reads Baba's slate. Not a word is uttered. Both the slates are wiped out by the respective persons, one by Baba, one by Yogi. Both again start writing. Right. Again the exchange of slates. Baba reads it, the Yogi reads it. All right, both again wipe it out. Third time again, the slates are switched. The slates are written on. Third time it is switched again. And after it is read by that yogi, he bows down to Baba, joins his hand. He says, Baba, I believe you are a perfect one. Baba says nothing. Says nothing. Then he himself says that I am a yogi and I can read the minds of people, I can read the minds of everybody here, but I cannot read your mind. I cannot read your mind, I can read the minds of everybody. My namaskars to you. And he just joins hand, bows down to Baba and goes away. We came to know about this later on after he had left, that these exchanges of slates was nothing but questions and answers written simultaneously on the two slates. That yogi wanted a slate and he did not want it spoken, but he had it written. All right, write it down, my friend. So says Baba. So when that yogi was writing the question, Baba was writing the answer. All right, he takes the first answer slate. Still not satisfied. He writes again. So does Baba. So this happened 3 times, and after it happened 3 times, then he bows down, he just accepts defeat at the hands of Baba, bows down to him and he says, Baba, you are perfect. And then he utters that I am a yogi and I could read the minds of everybody, but I can't read your mind. Then he just admits himself. And, well, what went between Baba and that yogi we do not know, but there were questions which Baba, while that yogi was just writing, Baba was just answering. That was it. You swing it. In like manner, Baba would not allow anybody to see the ashram. No, not very willingly. He would he would allow some people and some he would not allow. That was the British time I am talking about, probably in I forget the year. One day, Baba had the ashram up on the hill, the Prema ashram, and Baba was in the room which is now the Samadhi, the dome. And there was plenty of activity going around, and the then British government had an eye on Baba whether he was having political activities, fomenting political activities or not, because there was political activity in India. To be sure, they wanted to know that under the garb of the saintliness, Baba was doing something or not. So, many times the CID people visited. And when such a chappie came, Baba would just give him free permit. Come on in, mister, have a look around. He wouldn't stop him. So on this particular day, about 4 of them came, as if 4 zealous persons wanting the darshan of Baba and wanting to see MeherBaba's ashram, which Baba did not allow many people. Even the mandali were not allowed to go up unless told to. The mandali down below stayed down below, the mandali. The workers there worked there. Strict orders. They should not come down, we should not go up. So, you can imagine how strict it was. So all of a sudden these four people come. With due respect, they join hands and they say that we would like to see your Prem Ashram. Baba said, come on. He tells his orderly, somebody there in charge, show these gentlemen around the house. They are shown everything, where these boys were taught, where the boys meditated, the dispensary, the hospital, the kitchen, the dining room, etc., everything. And they go away satisfied. Of course, they were on a job, government job. They wanted to dig out the information what actually MeherBaba was doing, whether it was a political motive or something his own. They went away satisfied. And later on we came to know that they were from the Criminal Investigation Department.
MeherBaba, 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 God-man. MeherBaba, 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 God-man. God-man, God-man. MeherBaba, 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 God-man. He ever birthday, he ever deathless. He ever birthday, he ever deathless. But he come in man form, but he come in man form, even for the faithless. But he come in man form, even for the faithless. MeherBaba, 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 God-man. MeherBaba, 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 God-man. He's here, he's there, he's all everywhere. He's here, he's there, he's house everywhere, everywhere, everywhere. And where I am not, and where I am not, he is always found there. He is always found there. He is always found there. MeherBaba, 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 God-man, God-man, God-man. MeherBaba, God-man. Do not do anything while doing everything, everything. Do not do anything while doing everything. Whatever and he has shown, whatever and he has shown, he is doer and darling. He is doer and darling. MeherBaba, God-man. MeherBaba, 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 God-man. God-man, God-man. MeherBaba, 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 God-man.